Well, hello Wonderland fam. If you are looking at the Wonderland 222 planner and wondering whether or not to get the A5 or the B6, then this video is for you. So, B6 versus A5 Wonderland 222 planner. How to know which one is a good fit for you. So there's a couple of things that I just would point out or wish somebody would have pointed out for me. So here's just a quick show of what a mild liner and Sarasa pen look like on both planners. Here are the two planners stacked on top of one another. Now, when you start to look at the interior and the weekly layout of the B6 versus the A5, the things that really jump out for me that I feel like are important to know. First of all, the timeline is going to be the exact same height. So A5, B6, timeline, same height. All right. The squares themselves are actually the same height. So you'll notice how these lines, these squares actually line up across each of these. So the timeline height-wise is exactly the same. The actual timeline itself, 7 a.m. to 2100 with the space in between for the half-an-hour marks is exactly the same. Where you gain in the A5 is you're going to gain a little bit of width in the timeline and a little bit of height outside of the timeline, okay? So the actual width of the timeline or of the column is precisely 2 squares wider. So what is 2 squares? I'm going to show you here with my ruler. 2 squares is about that much. So 2 squares wider, the timeline and the column will be, and then the height of the timeline is going to be the exact same. Now outside of the timeline, you can notice here that you have 1, 2, 3. So you've got 1, 2, 3. So you've got 3 extra lines on top, and then you've got 2, 3, 4 extra lines on bottom outside of the timeline. Okay, so 3 extra lines on top, 4 extra lines on bottom. So hopefully this will help you to have a good idea of whether a B6 is a right fit for you or an A5 is a right fit for you. So if you're the type of person who has events that you need to tag on the top of this line, or if you have your daily top 3 that you want to put, and if you want space in between those top 3. So for me, if I put my daily top 3 here, it would just be boom, boom, boom. And I personally like a little bit of space in between my daily top 3. And so if I put my daily top 3 tasks here, not trying to be fancy, and because I don't write that way in my everyday general life, like I'm not going to necessarily take the time to, like, you know, make it a perfect little task 1. Like, I don't have that kind of time when I'm trying to, you know, do my weekly planning and all of that. So for me, if I took that same set of 3 tasks, right? So if you're the type of person that this doesn't bother you, or you write really neatly, then B6 might be a good choice for you. I personally am a little more sloppy with my writing. I also like to have this extra space here because sometimes as I go through the week, I have another task that I need to add in here, and then I'll just come drop those in here. Or as I go through my planning, I might have an event that I need to draw attention to. And how I would do that is, so let's say I have an event that lasts across these 3 days. So I would come in with a marker, but I would come in and I would mark that, showing that there's an event, and I would say event name across here, right? So that I know this is a cue to me when I get to this week that I've got an event on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday that lasts all day. Now, I don't have that space here if I'm putting my top 3 tasks on here. And so for that is another reason why A5 might be a better fit for you if you have, you know, regular events that you need to schedule or keep track of. And if you want that extra space in between your daily top 3, if you are a daily top 3 tracking kind of person. Now, down below, same concept, right? If you want space down below, the extra space down to below to track your meals, track your mood, or anything like that, then those 4 extra spaces might, that would be what it looks like, the extra, right? That 4 extra spaces might account for a lot for you. You can fit a lot into 4 spaces with this grid. And so something to keep in mind there. What else? Everything else is pretty much the same. The only other thing is going to be, I think, portability for people. And then obviously you have more space up here if maybe you put your weekly goals up here or anything that jogs your memory for something that goes inside of here. And then on the bottom, you also have a little more space along the borders. So this has been a video to compare the weekly layouts in the B6 and the A5 Wonderland 222 planners. I hope that this has been helpful. All in all, both planners are fabulous planners. It really just depends on your needs, what you need to use the planner for, what you intend to use the spaces inside of the planner for. If you would like me to do an overview of the other parts of the planner in comparison with one another of sizes, then go ahead and drop a comment below. I hope this video has been helpful for you and empowers you in your purchasing decision. If you like this video, I would absolutely love it if you would give it a like, a thumbs up, and share it with anybody who can benefit. Your activity on this video actually helps the Wonderland 222 get more exposure, and it helps my channel to get more exposure. And I really do these videos because I just love the planner and they're just so fun. I would love to know in the comments below which one is your favorite. Are you choosing the A5, the B6, or the A6? All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. And until then, I'm sending you lots and lots of love.